Hello everyone, welcome to Gelvin Valley, Farming Simulator 15 in this beautiful map made by Wild Wes. We are doing some evening harvesting here at 2041. What would that be? 8:41 in the evening? Yeah, so we're getting towards the sun going down. And we just finished harvesting field... Oh, what field are we in? Field number 32. We still have fields 8, 37, 38, and I believe number 2 and number 1. I don't recall what is in those particular fields. Oh shoot, I guess I need, yeah, my IMAP. Oh, I got some hail on the way. Oh, that's going to be a few days off. But I'm not really happy seeing that come on the forecast, as I just noticed this now, because I have a particular mod in here that's going to... I'm going to lose money. I'm going to go bankrupt. I have a mod in here that's going to harm the fields if the hail lasts too long, but I digress. Actually, while I'm here, let me look at the prices. Barley, oops, it's been a while since I've been in here, so let me just see what it's doing. I think the best price is up at let me see, pheasant pluckers, 223. Anybody that has stuck with this series knows that way back in the day, when I had a whole bunch of wheat, the prices were flip-flopped. This is what the price was for barley, and this is what the price was for wheat. You can't win for losing. Now I got all this barley, and I have depressed prices that I'm dealing with in here. You know, and I know some people have commented on that before, and I've looked in the code. So far as I'm aware, in the Lua code, there isn't anything in there that I'm aware of that says, hey, what do you have in storage, and let's stick it to you in the price. No, I haven't seen anything like that. I do know there is some impact in the pricing when you're hauling stuff to market, but I don't think it looks at your storage. I could be mistaken on that. All I know is right now I wish I had a whole bunch of wheat in storage rather than barley, but it's where we're at. Alright, so let me see. I have, yeah, those are the fields. Okay, 1, 2, 8, 37, 38. We just finished 32. Got a little harvesting, so we got 5 fields left. And every single one of them is barley. Barley, 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 barley. So we'll just keep on doing what we are doing. And let me see here. I'm going to have to, let me get this down here. Get this ready to head down the road. Kind of in the lights of our tractor here, and we'll get ready to come to, let's see, probably field 38. I think that's where I'm going to take this. Alright, oops, we'll do that in a moment. We're going to take our driver off his course, cancel that, and let's see if we can try again to have a follow me happen. We're done with this field, so we're going to come in here with the tractor and windrower in a moment. Alright, we're following. Okay. Turn on our indicator lights. Let's turn on our beacon. Yep, he's following suit. And let's, folks, head on down the road. Gate opens. Open sesame. Swing as wide as I can to get past the doors. I think we still have plenty of fuel. We'll head ourselves on down the road. Again, yeah, I know I should be using a header trailer. I am not going to take the shortcut here because I couldn't fit in there with the header. I'm going to hug the side here. Oh, stay out of the ditch. I know I can drive right through this guy, but... Alright, tractor made it too. I could go in this entrance, but I don't think the gate on the other side would allow it, so I'm just going to go the long way. We'll get down here by the road. I think, yeah, right by field 28 if we look at our PDA map. Go right by a construction scene here. This is an area of the map we haven't used all that much. Just to our left, I think those are hogs. You could, finishing hogs, you can have, yeah, pork. I see that on the PDA. We haven't got ourselves into pork. I do want to at some point. Man, it feels like I'm bouncing over this road. Probably a little bumpy. Alright, we'll start making the loop. Oh, and I got a bridge to go over that's going to be a booger. I have a feeling. All because this trailer's a little... You know, probably what I need to do is open the map and come to this little bridge and just widen it a little bit. Don't anybody tell Wild Wets. We'll just consider it as a county project, if you will. But they know the bridge was originally designed for horse and buggy traffic, and it came into modern times and just, you know, needed a little bit of modernizing. Yeah, I can see it up ahead. We have to go over the bridge. And maybe, yeah, I don't know if I need to take a run at it or just what. Oh, dog, my cats. Oh, Barb. Oh. Now that's a little rough on the paint. Is that poor fellow gonna... Okay, good. He didn't. Alright, let's come up to our field. Yeah, one entrance is over here. It's got a nice wide area, so open sesame. Oh, and you know what? I seem to recall this particular field has some challenges, and I tried to fix it with a little bit of modding on the map, but I'm not sure it actually fix the map. So alright, let me take him off follow, and I'm gonna just put him over here at the moment. Gotta park him crossways kind of with the hill so he doesn't just roll down the hill. There we go. There's probably, let me see a course. I make one for 37 to bale, so combated storage. Okay, so I do have one. Let me see, kind of where it ends up. Wait a minute. Oh, I have the wrong field. I am pointing, this is field 38, so I think field 37 goes down the bottom. So let me come here. Let me look for field 38. Combated storage. Boom. There we go. Okay, so it's showing it. Oh yes, this one here I put way up in the field, just so it doesn't tangle up in the entrance. I think it helps. Anyway, so that's the course we're going to be on. I'll just show kind of the beginning and end point here. So the course play all ready to go. Now let's go back to our beloved combine and let's get it going. And we'll start taking him up into the field. We're gonna, oh, missed a little sprig. Let me hire it done. It's gonna see what it needs to do. Stay away from the fence, please. I don't know why it always goes over like that. I almost think up here it gets tangled with a tree a little bit. But I love the field. All of these fields in here are just unique and wonderful. I don't have anything good to say about the fence. I'll stop there. Yeah, there is a little tree right here, and it's going to tangle with it. See, I need to make enough money to buy a silly chainsaw so that I can come in here and take care of that tree proper, because it's a pain in the backside to the farmer, us. So we'll sneak by it here. Let me get him back on higher. And he's trying to navigate. And he's always had trouble kind of up here on this turn. And if I don't watch the silly guy, he'll poke his header into the fence. And then I gotta recover it and go drive 10 miles, you know, to go pick it up. And ain't nobody got time for that in harvest. So let's watch him like a hawk and see what he does. Alright, you're out of the field. No, you're not going to be able to make that turn. Stop. No, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to pull rank. And alright, I'll come in here. Sometimes the boss has to help the employees, right? Here's one of those instances. We're going to come up here and we'll get that. It's kind of making a mess. Don't forget that little sprig. So hopefully the next time that he comes up here, he won't go charging all the way. Well, by gum, he may do that right here. Yeah, just don't know. Alright, let's see if he can make it up the hill. Yeah, when we're farming so close to the fence posts, we shouldn't maybe wonder if we tangle with them. And I remember an instance way back in the day when I was opening a field with a combine. This was grass seed, and oh, in those days they would occasionally put a belt pickup header on a grain table. And of course they would strip the reel off, they would pull out the sickle, so you didn't have any of the regular stuff in there. You would have just the belt pickup. Well, it's on this huge header, and you know, designed for wheat. And here all you needed was kind of this belt pickup. And you go around the corner there, bud. Just stay out of the fence. Just for everyone's sake, stay out. Yeah. But anyway, I had this basically a wheat header going on this field, and come to find out, I found the fence. And it was an old fence. It was kind of along the edge, and I had my header over too far, and I ended up grabbing the fence. This was a woven wire fence, and I think what happened is, you know, because it grabbed it, and then I was tugging it kind of as I went along, and at some point, I almost think an old staple must have popped out of the post and hit the cab and notified me that something was going wrong. So all of a sudden I figured out here at the fence, all this wire and everything was bunching up in the header. And not in the header, but right on the edge of the header. And fortunately, you know, I hadn't, it hadn't gone too far. You know, that could have been a really nasty mess, you know, where I would have been out pulling wire out of the header. Thankfully, it never went into the, it was never close to even going in the front of the combine. I just barely grabbed the wire and was, you know, kind of pulling it along the field edge with me. Anyway, kind of embarrassing to hit that, but I guess you do grab fences in real life too. So who am I to say, oop, get out of the wheat, or the barley. So if the hired guy does it, I guess I shouldn't yell at him too bad. This is very steep. I don't think we'd be taking a tractor load full of grain in here like we're doing right now, but some of these fields hopefully have larger entrances to get some of the machinery in. This one has 2. Some of them have none. I'm kind of emptying this thing way in the back. Yeah, and I'm probably going to have to help this combine go around this too. I can see him having trouble. Maybe. I guess we'll find out. Alright, we are full. Nothing to see here. Wouldn't do this in real life. Wouldn't do this either, but I'm going to send him off, and I think somewhere down there, straight down the hill, wherever it is, he's going to find it. Let's see, drive course. I still need to identify the combine, maybe. Waiting until fill levels reach. No, you need to drive now. Alright, there he goes. Hopefully he gets to where he needs to go and will return to us. Let's go to the combine. And, you know, let's see how he does. I kind of have a feeling he ain't going to like this end of the field. Let's see what he does. He's going to punch through here. Look at it top down. You know, there's a little bit of space here, maybe. And, oh, yeah, he's going to try to climb the... Come on, just stop. Yeah, we need to help him out. There is a fence right there. We almost kissed it. Some of this is on some funky ground, so alright, let me hire him now. We may still have to help him the next time we come up here. As you can see, it's just a little screwy the way it is. But you know, this used to be pasture, kind of. That's why we have all these fences. It's in the map manual, if you will, that the reason you see just a sprig of grass kind of around the edge, and there isn't any... Goodness, figure it out, boys. Yeah, we're gonna take it back here. There we go. Alright, higher. Once the outer round is done, you'll ever figure that out. But anyway, most of the fields in here, if you want to do arable farming, you've got to plow them up and plant them because they're all just grass. Kind of like this one over here. It's going to be quite a bit of work. We're going to pull up rocks, you know, with the mod that I have in there. So just part of the uniqueness of this map. So this is a field that I think was an old pasture that we reclaimed. So maybe we shouldn't complain about the weeds and bumpiness. Speaking of weeds, I seem to recall this particular map was also soil mod ready, so we really could have weeds in here if we wanted. But this one here, for this play session, I've opted to not have that mod in place as we play in here. But there's a tree there, pal. Yeah, you did go through it. Check on our driver. Alright, he's making progress. Back on higher. Like I say, the first round is the worst. Oh, brother. Alright, let me take him off higher. We'll just pretend nobody can see that. Let's see, if I put him out here, I put him out in the middle, he should have a decent possibility of getting to him. I know this looks horrible, but we'll see him when he comes. Right? He's on his way. And once we get him going, perhaps on another round, we can go attend to some of the windrowing we're supposed to be doing. But you know, here I am over halfway done on this episode already, and there's something I wanted to talk about in here, and now I don't know if I'll have enough time in it. I've been talking about farming sim related stuff. But this past weekend, you know, I grew up in a very large family. When I say very large, my grandfather, this is my father's family, had 15 children. One of them died when they were just a baby, but so 14 survived, 7 boys, 7 girls. My father was the oldest, and my father in his house, he and mom, they had 7 kids. I'm the oldest, and I just grew up around a lot of people, a lot of family, a lot of hands, a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of good times. There was a lot of games and stuff that we could play. I mean, you just had built-in playmates, if you will, you know, and things to do as a kid. And, you know, families can be tough. You know, I know, especially in a large one, maybe some kids can feel like a number, depending on where they come in the lineup, depending on what attention needs they have. It is depending on lots of factors. Here, let's go to our tractor. Yeah, you don't. You could stop right there. There's a wide open. Yep. This obviously worked fabulously. Not. And probably if I turn him, and he's, yeah, like a ding dong, he's gonna go, because he's thinking of those past waypoints or whatever. All right, let me remove the assignment. We'll just do what we gotta do as we sit here in the tall wheat. Anyway, large family, lots of blessings, lots of challenges too. But this past weekend we had what I would say is one of the blessings of a large family, which is in the form of many hands. You know, I am knocking on the door of 50 years old. I know I'm an old geezer now, and my parents, for Christmas gift, I think this was Christmas gift, what we got them was what we call a family work day, meaning all of us bring our families, tools, whatever, over to my parents' house, and we help them for a day on whatever tasks they have going on. And so that's what we did. I have a little sister that lives in another state. She and her husband, they brought their little tribe out with them. And we've been spending time with them. And what we chose to do was to have a work day with mom and dad. So this past Saturday, we got there at 9 in the morning or thereabouts. And you know, our family is a God-fearing family, so we started the day kind of with a devotional amongst us there and genuine prayer. You know, when you have lots of kids around, and I don't even know if I could get, climbed out of that there. Phew, that was close. And especially if you're using tools and there are things kids can get into, you know, we wanted everybody to be safe, so we had our devotional, we prayed together as a family, and then we started talking through the tasks that we had for the day, and as well as, it's sliding here kind of, safety things and all sorts of those things, you know, and I had, like I said, 6 siblings. There was 5 of us, boys, 2 girls at the end. One of my brothers wasn't there. You know, I have 4 children, and some of my siblings have more, some have less. So we were all there. Why are you stopping, Combine? You're welcome to proceed. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But the tasks were divvied up and handed out, and what they did mainly is give responsibility for a number of these tasks to many of the dads. And so we could kind of have a little crew with us, namely all the grandkids. I don't know how many of us there were total. 40 of us? That probably isn't far off. And so we just spent a day, and the temperature was perfect. You know, it could have been a roasting hot day. I think it got into the mid 80s. It got hotter in the afternoon, but it was otherwise a perfect day for, you know, what we were out there to do. Let me head over to here. Get this cranked up. See if I can tackle some of this. So, what were the tasks? I gotta see here. I made a couple notes. I mean, there was washing the windows. There was this little gravel grate. There was a gravel drive coming up to my parents' house. It got full of rocks. You know, my dad had some of the little grandchildren clean that out so they could sit there and work with their tools on something that was at their speed. And I gotta say, the little guys, they did a fine job. You know, they figured out how to take the grate off and get the job done with not even that much effort or that much prompting. Oh, what's going on down here? Course play is up to its tricks. Did it get anything? Shoot, I don't know if it got anything. Maybe it did. Oh, yes, our combine. We probably should have been up there watching it, but we weren't. Yeah, look what it's doing. Does it still have the... Yeah, it still has a combine assignment. Dang it, I gotta do this manually here. So those little guys, they worked on a grate. Some of the ladies took care of the windows. There was bark dust to spread on all the flower beds and whatnot around the place. My dad has a tractor and some trailers and stuff, so we have some decent equipment to work with, although a lot of spreading the bark dust is just flat out work, you know, with a rake or whatever. I was tasked with hauling firewood, and so I had a crew. They had a big pile of it kind of along the roadway, if you will. We had to move it to various locations, again with just a pickup in a trailer. There was some tree trimming. There was some cutting down of trees that was going to take place. One that was dead, so we cut it up into firewood. We had one of my brothers has a wood splitter, so some of the kids did that. Yeah, just a lot of tasks like this, along with some that are a little bit more complicated, that require more skill, you know, like fixing the floor in the barn where the bull had been stepping through the floor, and you know, my dad didn't want him to hurt himself, so you know something, I don't know. Yeah, probably should have straightened that sucker out. Alright. I can't talk and farm at the same time. There was a water line that got fixed. My dad had a tile line where water was burping up, you know, kind of into the surface. So one of the kids knows how to run an e-mini excavator. What I call that for? A mini excavator. He's pretty handy with that. So it was just a day filled with those kinds of things, and I gotta say, I had a really fun time. It's fun watching and working with kids when they want to work. You know, I know we've all been around young people when maybe they aren't that enthralled, you know, with putting out some effort, and maybe they don't see the value, but this was for Grandpa and Grandma. It was for a good cause, and I gotta say, I was pretty impressed with their attitudes in doing the work, and just pitched in from the littlest to the biggest in doing what they could do. You know, and when you see a little kid haul a block of firewood, you know, that looks bigger than he is, you know, that's just, I don't know, that warms my heart. Maybe it doesn't yours, but I have a great degree of appreciation for young people that learn how to work and aren't afraid of it, and aren't afraid to get their hands dirty. And, you know, I may be getting older now. I'm out of shape and everything, but I still remember how to work. And I just think, I think it's very important for the next generation that that they know how to do this, and that it isn't just something for other people to do, that it isn't just, you know, I can't get my hands dirty. You know, it's something that's so satisfying when we set our minds to it, and you know, maybe that's part of the reason we play a silly game like this. You know, it's, on the one hand, it's ultimately satisfying because we're doing something in here that reminds us of real life and some of the benefits of, you know, putting in some hard work, which we know that farmers do. So after, I think my crew was one of the last to get done, there was a huge amount of wood to move, and as other people finished their tasks, they kind of came over and joined my crew, you know, to take on the junk job of hauling firewood. But we eventually got done. Kids went and enjoyed the pond. My father has a pond on his property to go swimming, kind of in the heat, so to just take a break after all their labors. You know, what is happening to my combine? Oh, it's sitting there. The guy is alright, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Love to see that. It's almost as gratifying as seeing young people work when courseplay behaves. Alright, we are almost done with this field here, and I'll be heading over to 32. Looks like that's the next one I need to run this through. Oh! Didn't mean to tear up. No. Can't remember all the input bindings. One more strip and we'll have this field licked. Yeah, all these weeds that can't be plowed out. Just kind of is the nature of the beast. Oh, up the hill. Once more, we are ready to bring the baler in. Alright, we are done. Let me turn off my GPS. Once again, check. Oh, you know, I so distrust this that he might, just might, may... No, he's not going to. Because he's an obstinate so-and-so. Basically an imbecile. And I know, everybody tells me it ain't gonna work on this map, but I tell you, it sure is handy when he takes the grain in and hauls it to storage. He at least does that, even if I have to babysit him a little bit on the combine. But regardless, thank you all for coming along to watch this, spend a little time with me here, listen to me prattle on about this, that, and the other. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.